بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم ومن اتبع هديه إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، أحبتي في الله, I greet you with the greeting of Islam, the greeting of Ahl al-Jannah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to my companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam series. Our companion tonight is Amr ibn al-Jamuh من أشراف وسيد من سادات يثرب المدينة. He was a noble person from people in Medina, and he used to worship the idols, al-asnam, and he had a statue, he called it manaf, from made out of wood, and he used to clean it and put cologne to smell good, and used to worship it every day in the morning before he go to work. And he used to warn his wife Hind and his 4 kids that nobody get close to Mus'ab ibn Umair, the first ambassador of Islam, because his sweet talk about Islam and how he used to convince people to enter to Islam softly with his beautiful soft way to enter their heart. Then he warned his wife and his kids that they are not allowed to talk to Mus'ab ibn Umair. He didn't know that his wife Hind and his 4 kids were embraced Islam by Mus'ab ibn Umair. And Mus'ab ibn Umair, he had his way to make people embrace Islam nicely. And one day, his own son, Muaz ibn Amr, and his best friend, Muaz ibn Jabal, decided to help Amr ibn al-Jamuh, the father of Muaz ibn Amr, to leave the worship of the idols and embrace Islam. And they tried to tell him about Islam and what Mus'ab ibn Umair taught them about Islam, but he refused. Then they decided to take the idol Manaf and throw it in the evening, in the night, to a place where they used to throw the trash. And when Amr ibn Jamuh wake up in the morning, he asked, where is his god Manaf? They said they don't know. Then when he went out, he find his god thrown with the trash, and he brought him back, cleaned him, and put cologne again, and he put him in the same place in his house. In the next day, the second night, his son Muaz and his best friend Muaz ibn Jabal took the idol again and throw it again. And then he asked about his god, Manaf, and they told him, we don't know. Then he went and find him in the same place. The third night, before he go to sleep, he brought his sword and he wrapped it around the neck of Manaf, his god, and told him, you need to defend yourself. This is the mentality of Amr ibn Jamuh before he entered Islam. And we see in our modern life right now that some people still believe in idol or in animal like a cow. But subhanallah, this time when he find his idol, his god, thrown in the trash again and with a dead animal, then he realized that his God cannot defend himself and cannot even help him in his life. Then he went back to his son Muaz and he asked him, what Mus'ab ibn Umair taught you about Islam? And then his son recited the Fatiha for his father. Then Amr ibn Jamuh immediately went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he embraced Islam. And when he entered Islam, he become very generous man, and he spent his money toward the da'wah and for sake of Allah. And in a battle of Badr, he went to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, request to join the battle of Badr. But Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, after his 4 kids requested that their father can not join the war because he used to walk with a limb and he was disabled, then Rasulullah ﷺ told him that you have excuse to not to join the war, and you have 4 kids to fight for the sake of Allah. Then again, Amr ibn Jamuh went back to Rasulullah ﷺ in the battle of Uhud, and he requested to join the battle of Uhud, and he asked Rasulullah ﷺ, and he told him, I don't want my disabled to stop me from serving Allah and the da'wah, and he want to enter the paradise with his disabled leg. And Rasulullah ﷺ allow him to join the battle of Uhud, where he joined his 4 kids in the fight, and he fight for the sake of Allah, and he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept him as a martyr and make him from Ahlul Jannah. And he was killed as a martyr in the battle of Uhud. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, هناك رجال إذا أقسموا على الله لأبرهم. There's from the believers, believers, when they wish from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they swear, Allah grant them their wish. And Abdullah ibn Jamuh, he is in the paradise with his disabled leg. And when he passed away, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam ordered the Sahaba, the companion, to bury Amr ibn al-Jamuh with his best friend Abdullah ibn Amr in the same grave. And in the time of the Khilafah of Uthman ibn Affan, this is after 46 years, there was a flood that was almost affected the cemetery where is Amr ibn al-Jamuh buried. Then Uthman ibn Affan ordered that this graves should be removed, the bodies. And when they went to remove the body of Amr ibn al-Jamuh, they find his body in a very good condition, as if he sleeping. And his body, when they move it, it was soft, not as stiff as all this 46 years. It didn't affect the body. Radiallahu an Amr ibn al-Jamuh and the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, wa radallahu anna ma'ahum ajma'in. Until we meet again with one of the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, atrukum fi ri'ayatillah. I leave you in the protection of Allah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.